Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, I do some work for the old Sentinel DG8 steam wagon, the tarmac wagon. I've done a lot of work on that in the past. The new owner keeps sending us bits and pieces to make for it. I make some new studs and some barrel nuts for one of the steam glands. I'll show you quite a bit of that. In part 2, I'll show you how I sort that gear out that I showed last weekend. It sort of that as a bit of a dance really. The method I tried to repair it with wasn't very successful, but in the end I do get it working and it's now installed on its lathe, screw cutting, all happy and merry. This weekend I've been away at Chester Leigh Street Steam Rally. Quite a few viewers come, said hello, shook my hand. Been a grand rally. I wasn't there with any particular engine, so I had to ride around on several different engines. I got some real good video. Hopefully we'll try and get that edited and get it up this next coming week. I've got a nice straightforward machining job. Well, they're all nice straightforward machining jobs till you start to bastard things. These are actually parts for the 18 Sentinel, the DG8 steam wagon that I did quite a bit of work on in the past. I've got to make a couple of studs like that and then 2 nuts like that. They're all in 5/8 Whitworth. I've got a bit of hexi bar, I've got a bit of nice suitable material to make that. I've also got to part some nuts in half to make check nuts. So we'll carry on. I think we'll do the stud first. I'm just going to use a die. I've got a nice sharp die just to save setting the lathe for screw cutting, that's all. I'm going to use a collar chuck because it just simply gets a better grip, tighter grip. It's also easier for me to video with the collar chuck in place instead of the big 3-jaw chuck. What this really does get a nice grip. It will square the end up, put a little lead on it. It's already at 5/8, which is the right size for the threads we're going to be putting on it. Do the short thread first. That one. At least I've got some hexi bar the right size, which saves quite a bit of hassle. I think I'll part the piece off a little bit longer, than I can put a thread all the way through it and then machine it to length instead of trying to tap it into a blind hole. Interrupted cuts like this always give a parting tool a nice ride out. Plenty there. You've got to be bold and wind it straight in. It's no good pissing about. That's how you smash tools. With a decent material, feels quite nice. We'll chop two off on our own. I keep losing my brushes. I've got an acid brush for doing this. You don't waste quite as much cut and paste. Use a spot drill instead of a centre drill. .5 is the tap and drill for 5/8 Whitworth. Not the best drill in the world. Let's see what size it's actually drilled. Certainly near enough for John. 13.47, 13.5. This is actually one of the taps that I got given at Cobra Extreme Rally a fortnight ago. You know, I gave us a packet with some Whitworth taps in. Right, that's it all the way through. Right, happy with that. I'll get the other one to exactly the same stage as this, and then we'll machine the tapers on them and cutting the length. I need to set the compound slide to be able to cut that taper. I've been meaning to put new nuts in here for a long time. These nuts aren't very good. Obviously had a lot of use. Right. So to get the taper, there's a simple way of doing it. Basically, if I put that on there like that, and then turn the compound slide until that is lying parallel with the weirs, which is there, that's pretty good. So what I'll do now is I'll measure the angle, read the angle off there, and see how far away my actual guess was. Right, my guess was absolutely spot on. happy at that. I've zeroed the vernier on the original nut, and I need 6.2mm off there to make it the same length. I'll just cut it off. I'm not gonna part that off. Just touch it off, zero my DRO. Just going to measure that again. I think I made a slip inside that chuck there. It hadn't. And that 2mm to come off it. 1. .5. The last little bit coming out. 2mm. Definitely need a new tip on this tool. I need to make some half nuts, like check nuts. Instead of from scratch, I'm just going to use some commercial nuts. So they're 14. I'm going to take 6 off one face, and that'll be his little check nuts. We should be able to do this all with one tool and just touch it off. Zero the DRO. I need to run a tap through these to clean them up once they're done. Right, that's 6mm. Now we can put the nice little chamfer on. I think that's 1. 8 more of the bastards to do. Right, that's the finished article. Threads are all nice. Happy with them. I say I'll try and find a picture of them on the wagon with actually what they do, then you can appreciate what they're for. But I'm sure the man will be happy with them. I'm going to drill an 8th hole in there for a split pin right in the end, just so if the check nuts do all come loose, it means I can't unscrew off the end. That's what happened the last time. That's why the studs got damaged. So when you put an 8th hole in there, then the split pin goes through just to stop them completely winding off. Use a spot drill just to basically spot where I'm going to put the hole. It's going to be in there. You need to make sure it's in the centre. There's quite a few ways of doing it. This is one of the easiest ones. You simply line it up like that. When that's lying square, that drill is right in the centre. And it's going to go in the second thread in, which will give it just enough room. Looks good to me. Splendid, just what I wanted, right on the end. I'm going to choose a split pin. Now I did get a lovely box of pins given, old fashioned ones. That's the one for in there. Possibly a bigger one. Right, we'll measure that, find a drill the right size for it. 3.13, 3.2. I'll have to run the die nut back down the stud just to take off any little rags. Lovely, I like it a lot. My dad's drill. Father's Day as well, isn't it? Excellent.